Hey committee, Dean Marks here doing my week 4 Masters project update video. It's going to be a shorter video this week because my girlfriend and I are in Florida at a real estate conference. So I haven't done as much as I'd like, but I've made some progress and I will show you guys some things I got to do this week. So one of the first things is I stole this from Storage Commander. This is how theirs is set up. So like if you want to demo their back end, to demo the back end of the website, it'll cost you an email address. So yeah. So like if you want to like get past it, demo back end. If you want to demo the front end, you got to give a phone number. So this isn't dummy proof yet. You can do letters and it can go on forever, but I coded it up last night. I'll fix that and apply it to everything. Right now it's beatable because you just go to like another tree or whatever, and you can get past it. Another thing that's interesting is the automation page. Last week I was telling you about guys about I might have like a settings page. I still might do that, but I built these variables. I'm calling them the business variables. Were before just defined in a script in the onboarding page. Well, now they're for each um, branch. I guess I'm calling it. Each branch will have its own business variables. I guess I should call them branch variables. Actually, yeah, they should be. These will be branch variables, and then the business variables will be the locations, which is set up. All locations, yeah, that'll be set up in a script maybe. Anyway, yeah, so these are the branch variables that you can set. The branch variables link with the front end page. So whatever you have here is linked. Why's my internet so slow? Is linked with right here. So yeah, so this is your onboarding fake business code downtown branch, whatever. So if you change from fake business to, come on, why are you so slow? Let's change to, no, I don't know, let's just put made for some reason. All right, so that changed, and then you commit your saving or commit your edit. So now when you reload, I think I got too much stuff running. Boom. So yeah, so you get the idea, right? Um, so that was cool. This is kind of interesting on your unit card. I guess this should be rate card and inventory maybe. Anyway, move in options. So like if there's zero inventory, like you obviously can't move in, so that functions properly. Let's go ahead and move into this 5x5 and I'll show you some new settings. So again, those automation variables are read in here. And the way it's set up also is if any of these variables aren't included, I probably need to make it an on-off switch like the automation variables that are down here. And I probably need to segment this and call it business variables. And these are automation variables. And these business variables can be passed to the automation variables. So like right here, any business variable that you put in the brackets will work. So like instead of saying fake business code, you could put like business variable here. But whatever, it's up to you. Um, I've got a video guide for this page that will basically, I haven't set it up yet, but it's going to explain basically uploading the driver's license with the phone is a little tricky because maybe I can dummy proof it, but you have to like minimize and then turn the phone sideways to get it to work right from my testing. And maybe I can end up beating that, but that's just the only way. At the moment, it starts in the full screen position. I was supposed to bring a capture card to show you this, but I didn't. I forgot to pack it. But anyway, let's move into this real quick, and I will show you just some new features I added here. So again, remember, we're going to scan our license. We don't care that much. Just, kind of get it in there. That'll work. First name, let's just do Eric Marks. And again, I think last week I said I was going to add street address, city, state, zip. So we captured that information now. Two, 42, 42, 42, 42, 42, 42, 42, 42, 42, 42, 42, 42, 42. Again, we're agreeing to operational terms of service, which is displayed to modal, just some stuff I made up. And again, this is legally viable. We're going to sign it. I guess the internet's slow. All right, so it's probably going to take a little bit longer than normal to process now, because I added some new things. And I've rethought how this is going to work, but I think it's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to like re-engineer it, I guess, but the like end goal is kind of interesting and worth it. Come on. Alright, there we go. We're getting emails. We're getting texts. We are onboarding to Stripe, and we are about to load some HTML, hopefully. There we go. All right, welcome Eric Marks. Please screenshot or print for your records. All that jazz is the same. You've seen that. But this is new. Your unit location is highlighted in yellow. So again, they moved into unit 973. Zoom into yellow, 973. So yeah, so similar to the map function, it took a little bit longer than normal because, and I'm thinking that I might do this differently, but the way it works now is instead of like loading to our maps function, which I've showed you guys before, and it loads all the data, it just loads the one and highlights it yellow instead of like programmatically figuring out the right color to unit status algorithm. So it just highlights the one. It programmatically generates that HTML. Then we scrape the HTML, bring the HTML, create our own file, then a program called HTML to PDF does its thing where it like, I guess it basically screenshots it and converts it to a PNG image. Actually, no, it doesn't. Just as a PDF. Then we attach that PDF to the email and email it out. Now, I've tried to figure out how to attach images for a text message programmatically, but I've never been able to crack that one. So, you know, whatever. But yeah, so that's the HTML that loads, and then it also sends you an email as well. Let me show. That should have just sent. Welcome to Fake Business Co. Downtown branch, and then again, it sends. So it'll send you the contract that you just signed with your signature at the bottom, and your highlighted map, which is what we just saw. So yeah, so that some of the things. Also, I learned about favicons, these things up here. So instead of it just being blank, you got like it's the symbol of order, the universal symbol of order. Can't really tell because it's kind of pixelated. Then also, let's see if this works. Shut up, Mom. Hopefully that'll work. I'm emailing this to myself. So yeah, so when you send the link, it's like a banner ad pops up now. I forget what that's called. It's not a favicon, but it's a, I don't know. But anyway, so that pops up, which is kind of neat. Oh yeah, in the about page, I haven't done this yet, but at this conference, this lady showed us where it was like AI to voice. The voice will sound like whatever. So I cooked up. I didn't cook up, but I went to their thing and I got George Carlin in the voice of George Carlin to read this script, and I've downloaded it as an audio file. So I'm gonna stick that audio file right here. So like instead of playing the ad, it's like click here to read the ad, and so it's gonna be the voice of George Carlin reading the script, which is an ad written in the voice of George Carlin. So I think it'll be kind of cool. I'm just trying to think. Anything else? Demo backends. Is there anything else I did? Just kind of at a high level. set unit pricing. I still have to implement that sorting algorithm. Oh yeah, this is kind of neat. Data and records. So like download all current client lists, and it'll download just all the, it'll download all your clients in an Excel sheet, just how you would kind of expect it to work. So it's going to do the same thing for the template model will work. I didn't actually know how to do that before. Also, just some JavaScript to make the buttons kind of feel real. This form doesn't exist yet, but it's kind of coming. Calendar works a little bit better. I think that's kind of it as far as this, but maybe just some other stuff real quick. While I was at this conference that I kind of worked on while I was just kind of sitting around. So my girlfriend sells real estate, and she's got a big listing that's a residential care facility. So I know of this company called Reference USA, which basically you can find like business owner data, but it's not free. It's free if you're a member of the Little Rock Public Library, you get a junior membership to what's called Reference USA. So I wrote this little script that allows you to like scrape their websites. Let's see if this will work right now. So this is Selenium that's doing this. I'm not controlling the computer right now. It's the script I wrote to log into their website. And I know how to do this because before my algorithmic stock trading program worked very similar to this, to where it's like you're programmatically controlling your computer and it would like execute orders. So like right now I just entered in a library number. We just logged in. Boom. We're now in Reference USA, and we're able to pass the URL that we just did, which reference. So this one is actually this is every self-storage facility in the United States. So there's 7,300, 7,500 or 75,000 of these facilities basically. So that was just the login. Basically, you can scrape about 20 of these, but after 20, a pop-up will pop up and be like, yo, like you can't, this isn't free data, you've just got the like normal version. Well, then what it does is as soon as it scrapes 20 and then it just stops the program or relogs back in, and so it's just like y equals 1, 2, it's like y, while y is less than 3,000 basically. Like keep doing that. Whenever it runs into an error, it's a recursive program, right? So it'll just like close, then relog in. So it's like a scraping progress. So I haven't done this yet, but I'm gonna have a list of every self-storage facility in the country. And so we did that for just real quick. My girlfriend's again assisted living facilities. So she's trying to sell this assisted living facility as like a commercial real estate deal. So it's like, we pulled to where it's just like Arkansas and everything that surrounds Arkansas. So Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Tennessee, what am I missing? Missouri, there's 7. Doesn't matter, but those 7 states, and then, pulled them and you can like plot it on the map. It's just, doesn't really matter, but these are all of our leads basically. So I'm going to do the same thing with the self-storage industry, and yeah. So then it's like, well, here's the leads, man. Like there they are. There's all the businesses. You click on it, and it's like, give them a call. There's the landline. Call. Pick up the phones and dial. But then also at this conference, I thought this was kind of cool. There's this guy that started this company. It's called We Clone You, and a young guy, interesting. Oh, this is the article. Where's your like real website? LinkedIn, Signal Hire. This is the .com. Okay. Yeah, this is it. So anyway, yeah, this is the guy that we met at this conference. Come on. I guess the internet's slow this morning. Anyway, their thing is that they hook you up with people in Latin America, so like Brazil, I think mostly, Like the minimum wage there is $1 an hour, and he says that so he says we'll see, but like supposedly their English is pretty good and they're kind of on the up and up, so you can hire these people to like run phones for you for kind of nothing. I mean, not nothing, but like So if you get a list of this is
If you're watching this video right now, it means that you're an entrepreneur or a business that's looking to save time, money, and increase your business's productivity. And if you are, in this short video, I'm going to be diving into exactly what WeClone is and how we may be able to.
All right, so you get the point, but like the idea is they hook you up with people in Latin America that can like do stuff for you way cheaper than anybody could do in the States. So like we're thinking about using him for this assisted living thing. So it's like we got a list of 7,000 people. Like start dialing and pass them the link. And and then if it's successful, I'm gonna try it with the self storage thing as well. So yeah, so that was just something this week I kind of worked on. Also, this isn't anything really important, but I think it's kind of cool. Oh, I'm sitting in with Dr. Philip. I forget his last name. Williams, maybe. Anyway, we're gonna be doing Raspberry Pi, learning the Raspberry Pi. So this was just a just kind of a joke game, but just kind of a fun project. But yeah, we made a slot machine. So why is the internet so slow? I think I got too much stuff running. But yeah, I built a slot machine, so I was thinking like, just get a card reader and a Raspberry Pi and like stick these things in a gas station. Yeah. Anyway, but I'm learning the Raspberry Pi to, figure out how to get the gates. So every Wednesday I'm gonna be sitting in on his class. But yeah, that's I think that's kind of it for this week. So wasn't too organized, but next week I will hit the ground running. I was just thinking, I've got some plans to do. This is probably going to disconnect because I stopped the server. But on the contact card, I've been thinking about I'm going to have a button that says like transaction stuff. And when you do the transaction stuff, it's going to load an additional pop up similar to the calendar page. And it's going to have like take a payment, transaction history, and then edit the credit card. And I think I think that'll work pretty good. Um, just in terms of the schema and how it can work without like because this is starting to get like really crazy because we're at I mean almost 4,000 lines now and like 30 inputs, and it's just like starting to get kind of crazy. And like yeah, you can turn these into modules and and then import the modules into the master script, but like I've done it before with the algorithmic trading thing program. And when you do that, it's hard because like the module will lose functionality, so you can't like test it. So in my experience, it's better to keep it in the like mass environment, just because when you isolate these things individually, they just it's just hard to test. And then it's like you know. So I think for now I'm going to be a never nester and just keep it long and just keep it going. But it's just kind of starting to feel a little crazy. It's just starting to get really long and kind of hard to read. So, yeah. But anyway, that's all I've got. My computer's like kind of bugging out, so I'm going to jump off of this. So, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Until next week.